Okay, dating, it's no surprise that it can be challenging. And one of the reasons that it can be challenging is because men and women think and act differently. Full stop, across the board. Men and women are equal, but they often think and act differently. When you know and understand that, it can make dating a lot easier. Now, I'm going to talk about a common thing that happens when you're dating. And I'm going to tell a story of one of my clients. I'm going to tell you Emma's story. Now, Emma had been trying to meet someone that she liked for a long time, and she'd finally met a guy. Now, this guy went all out to win Emma over. He, texted her, messaged her, made her feel good, chased her, pursued her. She was in no doubt that Dave liked her. First time ever, there were no questions, there was just no doubt. And for a long time, for the first time in a long time, it felt amazing to have that experience. She started to allow herself to be excited that she'd finally met the guy. And, she started to trust him, open her heart, let her walls down. And, it was going along well until Dave started to pull away a little bit. He started to act a little bit different, to text a little bit less, to call a little bit less, to pull away. And she was left confused of why he was acting differently to what he was before. Now, when Emma met Dave, Dave loved that Emma was strong, independent, and happy with her life, and wasn't like a lot of the insecure, needy girls. But what happened when he pulled away is Emma told me how insecure it made her feel. It made her feel uncertain of what she was trusting before. It made her worry that it might be like some of the guys she's dated before. And she started to go in that spiral of, oh my God, what's happening? Here it's happening again. She started to get clingy and needy, right? And as he pulled away a little, she would get insecure and move towards him more, and he'd back away a little bit more. He even said, oh my God, I thought that you were secure, and all I'm seeing is needy and clingy. Now, the interesting thing is Dave was creating the perfect situation and circumstances to make any girl feel a little bit needy. And girls do, particularly when this happens, feel uncertain. Now, I want to tell you that this is a common thing that most men do in dating, that they do have a stage where they might pull away a little bit, like they're really intense and they'll pull away. It's so common that there is a word for it. I'm sure you may have heard of it, and it's called the rubber band theory. Now, the rubber band theory was coined by Dr. John Gray, and he wrote the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I don't know, it was written 20, 30 years ago. And it's a brilliant book. He's written, I also love, he wrote Mars and Venus Date, great tips in there that are still current today. Anyway, I remember first writing about the rubber band theory in 2013. And I find the only thing that's changed in that time is my writing's improved a little bit. The behavior is still there. So I'm going to explain what it is. So you've got to think of a rubber band around both of you. Now, what happens is that tension, that tension and polarity in a relationship create attraction and sexual chemistry. So there needs to be the right amount of tension in that, right? So if he pulls away and you move towards him, there's no tension and the rubber band just falls off, right? But if you move back, he's moved there, you move back, you've created an equal amount of tension, a little bit more, and it will bring him moving back towards you, okay? But what a lot of people will do, women will move too far back and they'll break that band. So it's about creating the perfect amount of tension and sexual chemistry in that space and distance. Now, I want to tell you an interesting fact is men actually need to create some space to decide if they like you and if they want to pursue a relationship with you. And the only way they can do that is by missing you to know that they want you in their lives. And it sounds very counterintuitive to us as women because we need to feel connected to know that a relationship's going to work. So when we feel the guy at that stage in the relationship pull away a little bit, it makes us feel less connected. But when we understand that they need to pull away to know how they feel about us, it's a game changer. I also want to tell you, it's an interesting thing that men need to retreat and have some time alone or go to their cave, and that helps them produce testosterone, which is necessary for men in every area. And that's how they get it. Whereas women need oxytocin. Oxytocin is the love drug, but it's a chemical that we need in relationships to feel love and connection. Now, connection brings oxytocin for us. So that's why when a guy pulls away, it feels so horrible to a woman. Okay? But like I said, if you understand how men work, you don't have the need to take their need for space personally. You don't have to jump to conclusions and think it's about something that it's not, or overthink it. You actually understand that it's a natural thing that a guy needs to do to understand how he feels about you. Now, what you need to do is mirror his level of what he's doing. So if he moves away a little bit, you move away a little bit. Just mirror his level of interest. And again, this is not gameplay. This is just understanding how men work. And, as women, our whole need for that connection and being close all the time just breaks that tension between you, if that makes sense. So I know that can be hard, but, remember, in Emma's case, Dave liked that she was a strong, independent woman who had a life that she loved and valued, and that she was secure in herself. So when he saw a change, it made him worry that he didn't know her in the first place. So that is why what Emma should have done is just be secure in herself, carry on enjoying her life and be busy with the things that make her happy without overthinking and overanalyzing what was going on for Dave. Now, what often happens, and when I'm talking about distance and space, the guy might just not text you as often, might just need a night to himself. We're not talking he disappears for 3 months and you don't hear from him. If a guy does that, honestly, don't waste your time waiting around for him. He's not the guy who valued you or cared about how you felt. We're just talking about maybe he needs a week, a few days, or whatever. We're not using the rubber band theory as an excuse for guys' bad behavior. It's just to understand how they work. Now, the trap that women can fall into is when the guy needs a little bit of space. When he comes back, she'll punish him for needing the space. Now, all that does is push the guy away further. I mean, no one wants to be punished, really, do they? We want to be with someone where it feels good to be with them. And good, honest communication with what you both want and need is not about punishing the other person. So, there's a time where you could talk about it, but it's not the minute he came back. Okay, so say if the guy hadn't called you and he calls you and you go, oh my God, I can't believe you haven't called me, and give him a hard time. That's not going to make anyone want to talk to you. So that's what I mean about the punishing and shaming. It's not resourceful, it's not helpful. So anyway, that is the rubber band theory in a nutshell. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below and I'll answer them for you. And if you like this video, please hit the red subscribe button so you can regularly get these free videos that can help you navigate the confusing dating world, where you can understand why things happen and come up with a way that you can navigate through that. Anyway, I hope wherever you are, you're safe, well, and happy. Take care.